Hi everyone, this is Marie Angel here, back with Sweetcore Brews, and this will be the last chapter of the demo. At the time of recording, there are no more chapters to witness here. Maybe that will change, but who knows? If it does change, and we get another episode to preview in this demo, then I will definitely play it. But yeah, so just to recap our last time, Millie and Zero went out to karaoke, and Millie was trying an auto-tuning tea that made her sing really well, but then she and Zero drank some more of a certain ingredient from it, and they both are not speaking as they normally would, which is quite fun. But I don't know what the antidote will be for them. Also, last time when I was recording, it didn't pop up this karaoke room background, so I'm glad to see it now. So we can see the nice little karaoke place. But anyways, let's just get into it so we can see what happens with Millie and Zero. Let me think. What was it in my auto-tuning tea again? There were some notes of saffron for sure, and some ginkgo, but it also had some of those glass marble jellies Howell got from that one shop in Paris. Even then, I just can't think what any of those ingredients would need to be reversed. Any other remedy would require ingredients back at the shop. Oh, that might just work, but I do think any sudden movements will have to wait until the floor stops spinning for me. Huh. Oh, yes, I can't. The thing is that, now I remember. Instead of talking regularly, the side effect of the auto-tuning tea or the ingredients is that they can only speak through moans. So you will not be hearing me voice any of this except for the inner thoughts and narration. But I think it's very interesting. That's a interesting predicament to find yourself in. My mind still can't quite comprehend what a nightmare this could turn out to be. Though I suppose it could be a whole lot worse, right? To my dismay, there's a knock on the door. There's Zero. Sensing Zero's alarm, I try to be the first to make it to the door, yet the both of us have to wind up helping each other. I have a feeling she thinks it might be the staff coming to check on us, which in that case, all we have to do is keep our mouths shut. Catching Zero's eye, I tried my best to signal her my plan as the two of us stumbled towards the door. Taking hold of the knob together, we share a nod before swinging the door open. How is Kingsley here? I knew I recognized those moans anywhere. Huh? Oh god. Which demon did I offend to have this happen to me right now? Why in the world is Kingsley here of all places? Shocked, I try to gesture at Kingsley as he stands by the door, leering between the two of us. Even Zero looks like she's seen a ghost as she tries to pull me back from the doorway, yet Kingsley quickly catches on. So, I take it you two have been enjoying yourselves. Not sure if it's too late to say, but these rooms aren't as soundproof as they advertise, not even for the exclusive ones. Are you also karaokeing, sir? As a matter of fact, you're both quite lucky if you haven't been asked to leave yet. And let's just say that neither of your voices are quite subtle. Kingsley gives me a knowing look, yet I refuse to open my mouth. Of course that's what you think we're doing in here. What's worse is I can't even tell how he feels about it. Noticing my expression, Zero silently tries to prod Kingsley from the door. Oh, so what you're telling me, that you two are going to keep at it in a place like this? Can't you at least go to a hotel? Trying to explain something. There, I said it. Kingsley goes silent as he immediately heads inside and shuts the door behind him. Without warning, he grasps my face into his hands as he looks between me and Zero. What happened? Or is it that neither of you can properly explain? His grip tightens slightly along my face as he nudges at me to look up at him. Millie, what did you do this time? Before I can moan anything, Zero steps in and surprises him with an intense round of gasps. Uh-huh. Kingsley is astonished. I probably should rephrase my question. What did you two drink? Together, Zero and I point down to the hoard of empty glasses before bringing the jar to him. All it takes for Kingsley to examine the residue inside to give me a sigh. All right. Sit down somewhere, the both of you. If someone's gonna help, it's going to be Mr. Kingsley. God, I swear my job is never done. You can't even be off the clock. Of course, he's annoyed, but at least he seems to be getting it now. Though I'm not sure yet if I prefer this Kingsley to the one who was just going to spare us the embarrassment by leaving sooner. With no choice, Zero and I both do as he says, stumbling back towards the couch. I resist the urge to give a tipsy laugh as I do, especially when I notice a dark aura looming over Kingsley. Meanwhile, Zero curls up like a cat and leers at him as he kneels down before us. Now then, if my assumption is correct, then all you need to do is have the effects lifted of whatever abomination you two decided would be a good idea to scorch down your throats. Before he can shake his head up at me, I gesture at my shoe, then back to his head. You know, I should charge you two for this. But seeing that this establishment has probably already heard enough to make them blush for a few weeks, I'd consider this more a civic duty to uphold. Zero doesn't waste time threatening to slip off her own shoe at him, as the both of us wait in bated breath for Kingsley's next move. Alright, I've had my fun for now. So, let's see if we can fix this quickly. It shouldn't be too hard at all, considering afflictions are typically far much worse. For example, for a stage 3 or 4 affliction, pressing down on your forehead would hardly have any effect. As he reaches to push his finger to my forehead, I wait for something to happen. Only that it doesn't. Not even a little bit. Kingsley slightly flinches back as he tries to press another finger onto me. Still, there's nothing. Now, wait a minute. Growing irritated, Kingsley moves onto Zero's forehead next, yet once again nothing happens. Kingsley leans back, his expression lost to a million thoughts running through his head at once. Millennium Blythe. What in the bloody hell did you put in that tea of yours? Before he can shoot a glare at me, I point over to Zero. It doesn't take long for Zero to join the fray, as she frantically points back at me instead. I still refuse to believe you two have managed to afflict yourself with a single tea. I mean, I guess it can happen. No, that's not possible either. Even you've had enough schooling to know that such potency could never be achieved in liquid states. Then was there something else? That they eat something? Kingsley rolls his eyes at me as he steps aside to ponder. I don't believe it. Is Kingsley looking a little flustered right now? And for once, none of this has to do with someone taking their clothes off. Yet. Zero and I keep waiting for an answer from him, yet glancing at each other, it seems we're both starting to grow unsure of what we're waiting for. If not, even Kingsley seems to have a quick fix for this, then we're really just gonna have to wait till we can sober up to head back to our shop. There has to be something. There's no doubt about it. Only that if you're without remedy, the best policy would be to succumb to the effect as safely as possible. It's elementary at this point, really. If that's really all what it takes to reverse it, then a succession of sounds as sensual as these could only be quelled by coming to a final state of completion. Okay. Huh? What are you suggesting? That's precisely it, Zero. How else does anyone find relief from their moaning? With a release, of course. A climax. Ah. How does this conclude? Okay, I mean, I guess. He's really not going there, is he? Crossing her arms, Zero shoots him a suspicious look. Well, if it's a viable solution, then of course somehow it has to happen. I can't think of another logical way, can you? Can't we just wait to go back to the shop at some point? Oh god, so he really is going there. Catching my expression, Kingsley fixes his gaze back to me, circling me like a hawk. Well, you do agree with me that it's a solution worth exploring, isn't it? After all, we wouldn't have to contemplate this idea if your tea wasn't half as complex as the stage 4 afflictions I see daily. You do know what has to happen now, right? Let's see. Ha 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 ha. I picked the middle. Staring point blankly at him, I watch the way he keeps circling me, his smirk only growing by the second. Of course he's got to be enjoying this. I wouldn't be surprised if he wakes up daily hoping to see how I'll top yesterday's antics with today's. Little does he know, however, that I go to bed thinking the same thing about him. As if reading my mind, Kingsley slowly begins to approach me. Well then, you have a few options, some more particular than others. So, what's it gonna be, Millie Blythe? To his surprise, I hold on to his gaze for as long as I can before I open my mouth as if ready to speak my truth. Yet instead, I decide to give him a piece of my mind. At once, Kingsley stops in place to furrow his brows at me. What did you just say to me? He better not start trying to play coy now. He knows exactly what I just said. Sensing a little more courage brewing within me, I get ready to hurl another moan at him when, all of a sudden, Kingsley brings a hand to his face and turns away. Wait a minute. Is Kingsley blushing? I have no idea what Millie said. I could have sworn I saw him blush for a second, but sure enough, the man isn't just speechless right now, he's practically flustered. The sudden realization brings a smile to my lips, which he quickly notices yet tries to ignore. If that's how he's going to play, then I'll just have to turn up to the charm. With my best smile, I make my way towards him, ready to become his only view. Millie. Resting my hand on his arm, I bat my eyelashes at him as I prepare another moan just for him. Like clockwork, Kingsley tries to cover his face in his hands, but this time he's too late. As much of an enigma he thinks he is, he's sorely mistaken if he thinks I don't know how he really ticks. Now he's the one who looks like he's the one in need of a stiff drink, among other things. Still, that doesn't mean I'm stopping just yet. Enjoying every second of this, I bring my lips closer towards his ear. To my surprise, he doesn't shove me aside, but tilts his head towards me as a morbid curiosity takes over. Seeing my opening, I don't hesitate to part my lips and let my voice overtake me. Pulling back from his ear, I catch a glimpse of Zero fighting back a raging blush herself, while Kingsley isn't faring much better. His fingers tremble slightly as he brings them down from his face to reveal an intense look. Celebrate all you want now, but I hope you realize now that I know what you can do with that voice of yours. I might just have to see how much further I can take you myself. Why am I starting to get the feeling that Kingsley is only really here to keep driving me in circles? Does he not realize that even before he walked into this room, my mind's been roving in circles? I'm desperately trying to sober up fast, but the fact that I'm still not even close to a respectable level is starting to call for panic. Seriously, this is a mess. How could I not feel the slightest bit frustrated when even my cries of anguish sound instead like a frenzied cowgirl in a bedroom rodeo? Regardless, I somehow find myself leaning back into my seat, caving into the most anguished of cries I can muster, with every expletive I can think of. Wait, how did I do that just now? I was able to talk normally again for just a moment, but how? My voice shudders as I look over to Kingsley and Zero, yet they're just as shocked as I am. Millie, you might want to do that again. You should start too, Zero. I'm not sure how well it might take, but it seems that in any case, letting go could really be the solution. Huh? Yes, I'm serious. You heard Millie just now, didn't you? So, what are you waiting for? Without being told twice, Zero doesn't waste time sending her voice echoing across the suite. I think we've got it. While Zero holds herself to her corner, I rush over to the other side to claim mine. Ha! It actually works. And the fact, the more we keep doing it, the easier it gets to break my moaning. I'm just going to have to keep going until I get there. Do I really want to know why this is working? No, not really, but just keep going if you must. I watch as Kingsley takes a seat on the open couch between us as the lights continue strobing above us while Zero and I descend into a frenzy of moans. Is it bad that I'm going to miss doing this? I don't know if I ever want to hear those noises come out of me ever again. That's what you say now, but just you wait. Even Kingsley snickers in my direction as he continues to patiently wait in silence at what quite possibly be secondhand mortification. Anyone by now would have probably left the room by now. And then there's Kingsley, casually browsing on his phone like he's in a waiting room. Our cries continue to fill the room as both Zara and I are just to the point where we don't have to push past our moans anymore. Even then, there's a sudden pleasure building as I can finally see the light as the moan Moans give way to more words instead. As even with the bells and whistles of a real impending climax, the moment we both finally utter a word without a single moan is by far the greatest bliss either of us could ever ask for. Good God, we're finally back to normal. Huh, you can say that again. I knew we weren't going to stay like this forever, but I was starting to think it'd be about a week. I wouldn't have let that happen either. Neither would I. You two have already made enough of a racket as it is. That reminds me, finally I can ask you, what are you even doing here? Did you forget what this place was? Oh. Huh? I thought you were cured. Oh, I am. I was just wondering which songs you go for when it's your turn. Just saying, but Millie and I are finished with our session, so if we want to make this a trio... Zero, I thought this was all a sign for us to call it a night already. Huh, what makes you think of that? Now that I've sobered up, I'm ready for round 2. Besides, I think we both know that you have a real performance to give. One without a certain kind of liquid courage, maybe. If you actually heard me sing, then you understand why I did it. I thought I already told you that I'm excited to hear whatever you have to give, as long as it's yours. Whale groans and all, remember? What's this about whale groans? Is that what you put in this bioweapon of tea, Millie? Far from it. Autotune teas aren't even supposed to be in the top 10 list of most potent, though now I'm questioning if that's wrong, or if I should be questioning your curse-breaking skills. Huh, Kingsley? Well, that could also explain it. My powers don't like wasting themselves on petty spells if they can help it. Sure, Kingsley, sure. You still didn't tell us which song. All of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. Zero and I immediately get to our guard as poised Kingsley gets up from his seat. It was only a matter of time before they stopped by. You mean the staff, right? I told you the walls aren't as thin as they'd like for you to think. In a way, that's still really good to know. Though I say let them try and ask. It's not like we're naked in here or anything, so what have we got to hide? Our dignities, to be honest. Silly Millie. Silly Millie. Ooh, that sounds like Zero. Silly Millie. It's a bit too late for that. Well now, do you know what you're going to tell them? As Kingsley prepares to open the door, I quickly snatch the microphone off the table and head over to the screen. Tell them that they're just in time for my next concert. That'll do it. Holding back a cringe, Kingsley gets ready to answer the door and ward the staffers on when instead... Mr. Beckford, what are you doing here? To our surprise, a tipsy businessman waits by the door, smiling jovially at Kingsley. I almost dropped the microphone as both Zero and I squat behind the couch to watch. So no staffers, but who do we have here? I was just thinking the same thing. The two of us look on as the businessman steadies himself against Kingsley's shoulders, testing the man's patience. I thought that was you I saw going in here earlier. Oh, well, I thought you'd left after our meeting. Is that all you were going to say after I caught you red-handed? Because I know what I heard. Sir, I can assure you, whatever you think it is definitely not what. Kingsley, you don't have to hide it from me. You already know plenty of my secrets, so I guess this makes us even, right? Though, between the two of us, I think we both know who here has the better secrets. A stone-faced Kingsley looks over to us, already knowing where this is going. Fighting back his annoyance, he looks back to Mr. Beckford. So, if you think you know what's going on here, then what would compel you to knock on the door? Well, because I was trying to give you a heads up in case the staff rolls by here. You don't want the staffers catching on to your little tryst, am I right? And if I was hearing correctly, there's more than one with you in there. All at once, Zero takes me by the hand and hauls us both over to Kingsley, sending Mr. Beckford's jaw dropping. You've got that right, sir. There's two of us in here. One look and I can tell Mr. Beckford is having a nightmare of a time figuring out how we've managed to be fully dressed before answering the door. We might not be completely sober, but at least we're no longer confused. Despite knowing this too, Zero can't resist wanting to push some buttons while she still can. So, Kingsley, are you going to introduce us to your friend? Please tell me they're here for the second half of the party. There's a second half. Mr. Beckford glances over at Kingsley, who seems just about ready to walk off at any moment. Zero, on the other hand, keeps thriving in the chaos. There sure is, sir. How about it? We definitely got room for a fourth. If you don't believe us, why not let us give you a demonstration? Nudging at me, Zero points at the stage from behind. Time to grab my microphone. Choosing the first song I can find off the list, I get ready as the music starts. So I guess there really is going to be a second concert, because it's about to start now. I just hope I'll be forgiven for the unholy noises I'm about to make. Before the lyrics appear on the screen, I start sending those sweet, sweet whale groans out into the universe. Take me with you to the stars. Good lord, what is that sound? Is there something dying inside there, Kingsley? Kingsley takes a moment to answer, his face contorting in revulsion as I keep singing. Now that you mention it, I think that this might be Miss Blythe commencing for round 2 to start. I told you we have a lot to offer, Mr. Beckford. So, you want to share some of your pipes next? Glancing back at them, I catch as Mr. Beckford keeps gawking at me in sheer horror. No matter how much he flinches, I keep on wailing till I don't even know what I'm singing anymore. What's the matter, sir? I thought you were excited to check out our contest. You know, if you ask nicely, we'll let you sing a duet with Millie. Actually, I think I'm running late for this one thing. Something. You all have your fun now with your little contest now. I'll see if I can give you a call sometime, Kingsley. Right back at you, sir. Oh, and thanks for the heads up. We'll make sure to tell Millie to bring it down from a 10 to an 8. Maybe it might be better if you suggested a 2 for her. You know, just to be safe. Anyway, bye. With one last look of horror, Mr. Beckford bolts straight down the hall. As soon as the coast is clear, Zero bursts into laughter. I have a feeling he's not going to say anything about tonight with you again, huh, Kingsley? If he did, I suppose we gave him enough proof. Although... Kingsley stops snickering as soon as he still notices me singing. Now I'm starting to understand why she brought that tea. Good God, you're tone deaf. Don't say I didn't warn you. Next time I'll just have to make enough autotune tea for everyone to survive a real night of real karaoke. Aw, but what would be the fun in that? I was sort of liking when you were singing just now. Please tell me you're joking. Why do I get the feeling that you're just as bad of a singer as I am? Hate to break it to you, but I'm not. I'm assuming you've got to at least be decent if you insist on meeting your associates at a karaoke bar. Is that your way of impressing too? It was Beckford who suggested this place, not me. Why would I want to meet anyone here when I have a perfectly good office? Well, you're here, aren't you? Give me that microphone. The next song's mine. That's the spirit, Kingsley. We all might as well keep making a night out of this. Unable to resist a smile, I willingly relinquish the microphone to Kingsley in favor of plopping down on the couch. Between watching him take center stage among the lights and Zero trying to sing along, my mind is spinning once more with a new kind of energy. If this keeps up, I might actually want to sing again next. For as infamous as my whale groans may be, these two might just be the ones I'll always be glad to share them with. Aw, and it ends. There's no little game. Okay. Oh. Well, that's okay. Oh, there's more stuff So I know that Nochi Studios on their Twitter has asked that if we get to 400 retweets on their pinned tweet on their account on Twitter, that this next episode will be unlocked. But TBD if it will be. I hope it is. So I encourage you all to go check it out and retweet it if you'd like to see another chapter released with a demo, and I would definitely get to it if it is released. But yeah, no. This has been really great. I really like all of this. Trying to see if I can change stuff. This is the tea room. Characters. Voice lines. I think since I have not really... Wow. Look at Zero. Isn't this cool? Okay, how nice. Let's see what the Kingsley one looks like. Let's do tea room Kingsley. Ooh, they're both so cute with like holding Millie's hands and doing a cute thing. Okay, how fun. Yes, but anyways, that was really fun. I am looking forward to the full game of Sweetcore Brews when it comes out later in the year. So please be sure to check it out. If you are interested in the game at all, please support the Kickstarter campaign. I'll link it in the description below. Um, but yeah, I really like both all of Millie and Kingsley and Zero. They're all quite fun. It was nice that we kind of got both of them in the same room for that last little chapter. But yeah, support Nochi Studios if you like. I certainly will be checking them out. I have already supported the Kickstarter campaign, and again, I'm looking forward to the full game when it is released later in the year. But this will, I'm not sure if this will be the complete end for the demo, but if there is another chapter or another episode release, I'll definitely be checking it out. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.